Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there, welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. We want to thank our newest patrons.
Yes, we want to say huge thank you to Healing Cloud, Christine, and Carlin.
Yes, welcome aboard, as I know there are many out there that watch us and have watched us for years and haven't still joined the Patreon family. Again, there's exclusives every week. We probably do somewhere between 15-20% of the videos we do are exclusives that go up on Patreon. And there's going to be more going up over there. Again, with the craziness at YT and the way the world operates with censorship, it's been Patreon that's really pulled us through and allowed us to keep doing these videos at this extent.
Yes, and with you guys, it's like you guys are helping us. We're doing this awakening together. That's the key word.
Yep, absolutely. So, over 900 people are watching us on Patreon. And then about 465, I want to say, are active members of Patreon. So, again, we couldn't do it without you guys. And here you go. Remember this? Mexico refuses to accept a deportation flight. NBC News, New York Post were both running with this. Others were too. Turns out, that it's not exactly what happened. As you see that fake news label, well, yesterday, Mexico accepted 4 deportation flights in one day. And there was a refusal initially, but that was quickly worked out. And, on one particular flight, and it was quickly worked out, and they were accepted back off. So, it's interesting, too, because when you could see how biased this world is. Here you go, Drudge Report. Boom! 852,000 spent to fly 80. The reality is, again, Matt Drudge sold out eons ago. And I mean sold out, literally sold out control. And he doesn't write any news. It's just what news did they decide to put the links up to. There's a false matrix. There's an old way of doing things. And then there's the original matrix, the natural way of doing things. That's really what this is all a battle about. And it's a battle within each individual person ongoing. And I do think at the highest levels, there's a lot of politicians. Well, some that will go down with the false matrix ship, and some that maybe are 1 foot in this world and 1 foot in that world, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, it's about building our discernment right now. That's probably the number one most important thing anybody could do today.
Yeah, I think it would be a little crazy to trust in any politician given what we have seen. That said, we watch closely and we hope for the best and we put our prayers for the best. Let's listen to 47 speak here.
The biggest in the history of California, I think. Has anything bigger than that happened in the whole country ever? It looks like, I don't want to say what it looks like, but you know what I'm going to say. It looks like something hit it. And we won't talk about what hit it, but it is a bad, bad situation. The biggest.
So talking about the fires, of course, and saying it looks like something hit it, the Los Angeles area, something hit it, and we won't say what. Well, what do you think? I mean, everybody automatically that's followed these type of situations going back years has talked about fire from the sky. And, of course, we might have a lot of fires obviously being started on the ground as well, not necessarily naturally. So, what's really going on? I think this is such a pivotal moment in our time.
Yes, I mean, this is very, very interesting, and we're going to play this for you.
Yeah, listen to this as well. This is going on in LA with Mayor Karen and 47 having an exchange.
6 months in, no good.
And the number one thing that we are going to do immediately, and you will see this happen, is to clear out the debris. And we're concerned right now over the weekend because of the potential rain, but we are going to move as fast as we can, but we want you to be safe. And we want you to be back in your homes immediately.
But the people are willing to clean out their own debris. It doesn't cost a lot.
Yes, and they can.
You should let them do it because by the time you hire
that.
contractors, it's going to be 2 years.
If a family...
The people are willing to get a dumpster and do it themselves and clean it out.
And they can
There's
do
not that much left. It's all incinerated.
That's right.
And, it's just going to take a long time if you do. You can do some of it, but a lot of these people, I know that guy right there that's talking. I know my people. You'll be on that thing tonight, throwing the stuff away, and your site it'll look perfect within 24 hours, and that's what he wants to do. He doesn't want to wait around for 7 months till the city hires some demolition contract that's going to charge him $25,000 to do his lot. I think you have emergency powers just like I do, and I'm exercising my emergency powers. You have to exercise them also.
I did exercise them.
Because I looked,
signed an
you have a very
emergency
powerful
declaration.
emergency power, and you can do everything within 24 hours.
Yes. And if individuals want to clear out their property, they can. Well, yes, but you know that you will be able to go back soon.
Mr. President.
We think within a week.
That's a long time, a week. I'll be honest. To me, everyone's standing in front of their house. They want to go to work, and they're not allowed to do it.
And the most important thing is for people to be safe.
They're safe. They're safe. You know what? They're not safe. They're not safe now. They're going to be much safer. A week is actually a long time, the way I look at it. I watched hundreds of people standing in front of their lots, and they're not allowed to go in. It's all burned. It's gone. It's done. Nothing's going to happen to it. It's not going to burn anymore. There's nothing to burn. There's almost nothing to burn. And they want to go in. The people are all over the place. They're standing. And I say, why aren't you going in? We're trying to get a permit. And the permit's going to take them. Everybody said 18 months. You said 18 months. You said 18 months.
Last night.
And that was last night.
On that. Right.
Mr. President, we're going to be together next week, and
So, anybody could go and clean up. Sure, they could, making it sound like it's right now. And then they're talking about a week or 18 months. This is, again, part of the doublespeak that we've all been getting used to. And we all remember Maui, and we remember Western North Carolina. We were talking yesterday about 47 statements that maybe FEMA needs to just go. It's worthless, so why don't we just get rid of it? Again, I would look to every politician and look at their voting record and look at their investments and get ready to fill a lot of jails.
Well, it's about looking at the actions. I mean, do we have simply a good cop, bad cop here, or do we have a situation going on where something might actually happen? I think we got to wait and be hopeful. Absolutely be hopeful. Give this movement momentum. Anytime someone is getting what they need, give it energy. And then we have this.
Yeah, absolutely. Some people were saying, that's not Melania. That's not the real Melania. That's Melania number 2 or number 3. Well, maybe it's, bodyguard there. He needs bodyguards, right? Yeah. She seems to be effective. Some interesting little kung fu moves going on there as Gavin takes a knee.
That's a good one. It's a good one.
It's pretty funny, actually. I think there is more than one every major person, even when we look to Nancy Pelosi, it's obvious there's been a lot of masks in play, and there's probably been a lot of genetic experimentation going on, and talking about genetic experiments. This is being attributed to Nicole Shanahan. Interesting. I have looked at some of her words lately, and I asked Cindy to look at her energy and see what we get, because like when we look at people like Klaus and we look at Biden and Harris and some Larry Fink, we look at their energy and we see what's in their energy field. It's not high vibe. It's not high vibe at all. In fact, it's very, very dark and reptilian. It is and they also have this strange energy pattern which gives us the impression that they're actually already loaded up with a lot of AI themselves in more ways than one. So here, seems to be a warning about that thing that was introduced by, the new Stargate project. And, Larry Ellison, I believe that was his name, Larry Ellison. Just so many names in my mind. It just, so many people, it just doesn't feel right. And of course, we look back to Will Smith's movie, I Am Legend, and it was all about a cure for cancer. It led to a zombie apocalypse. And the reality is, yeah, absolutely. There is a zombie apocalypse, kind of going on as we know. This is from the Megyn Kelly show.
One of the topics that I think is worth visiting is, the spraying that's happening in the sky. Like, people didn't consent to some of these sprays, right? They didn't consent. They don't know. They're not aware of it. Like, where is the informed consent? So the categories around informed consent are
Wait,
different.
what are you talking about? What is the spraying in the skies? You mean over crops?
Well, that's one form of spraying, but the spraying that I'm alluding to is the weather modification, the geoengineering projects, which have been around for decades. It used to be silver oxide, and there are contracts such as in the UAE. They do cloud seeding. This is very well known, established science, and it's pretty common amongst those in the world of weather and climate, and the problem is that we've kind of skipped over the consent phase of these operations and public disclosure. So and the same with certain outcomes of the mRNA platform, which were mandated onto people, and they
You get the direction. So, it's interesting. I think, again, there's a lot of people that have been in or around the fringes of being in the system. I mean, she was picked by RFK Jr. to be the running mate, and now I'm hearing stuff that's coming out of her and, thinking, wow, okay, well, I never heard this before, but you could understand perhaps why you would want her pushing forward, because, this is absolutely no informed consent. No, and abject denial, and little Wikipedias, again, attached to everything. And it's so infantile and stupid to put a Wikipedia next to something that has so much documentation that we, don't you understand what you're doing? You're trying to deny something you've announced. I mean, you look like a moron. That's what the system looks like. They look like idiots and morons. And that's what, they think that we're that dumb. And we're not all that dumb.
But the money is the power. He who has the gold makes the rules, and that's where our problem lies. Is this energy of money is being misused and it's being abused, and so many people, just like me and you, we're being affected by it. But you can feel the resistance in her voice. However, she does have a pretty strong pull on the indigenous side of her, on the earthly human side of her. So whatever it is that's pushing or pulling her to come out with truths, this is just part of her makeup. It's part of her job, even if she sounds and feels resistance, which I feel it very strong. But sometimes our ancestors work in very strange ways. Yes, there may be coercion behind her, getting her to speak these truths, because I really feel it. It's like, oh gosh, she doesn't want to say it, but she has to say it. Ancestors work in strange ways. So hopefully she will continue to have a strong attachment to her ancestors and to the earth, and continue to do the right thing, although she, like everyone else, could be compromised easily.
Well, I've done assuming with her, and maybe I've assumed down the wrong direction, but I still won't trust anybody that's been necessarily married to somebody that founded one of the top platforms for spying on everything that we do. So it's going to take a little bit to get me to trust, but from what I'm seeing there, that looks like a positive. How about this? Pensacola, Florida. And look at Homer, Alaska. There's some, climate change for you. Oh yeah, it's a bizarre world, but everything is truly being exposed. And I know you might want to hide your face and just play a little ball or whatever it is that gets you distracted from the news, it's a good thing to have hobbies.
Yeah, just, don't really do anything. Do stuff that doesn't mean anything. Keep yourself entertained. Keep yourself happy. Keep your vibes high. Just keep going. It's a very difficult time right now. It's very stressful. I think a lot of people are kind of holding their breath, waiting to see what's going to happen. And, we're watching and moving forward with you guys. And when you're not sure what to do, just do the next right thing. And maybe that's something fun for you.
This is the Great Awakening, and what it looks like is still to be decided, and that decision's up to all of you. So it's just that simple. What will you accept and what will you not accept? As always, again, thanks for your support. Source bless and namaste.
Namaste.